Gretchen Menn with acoustic guitar, and I'm going to be talking about the classical tremolo technique. I first heard this done by Andres Segovia, and I fell in love with it the second I heard it. What's so beautiful about the technique is it allows for the impression of sustained notes on an instrument that inherently doesn't have the same capabilities of sustain as like a wind or a bowed instrument. I'm not an expert on classical tremolo, but I am an eager student. I'm happy to share what I'm picking up and show you how I'm working to develop the technique in myself. What I'll be showing you here are some examples of things I've been doing to develop the technique for myself. And these are standard tremolo technical exercises. I have to credit my amazing mentor and teacher, Philip DeFremery, as well as the advice of some lovely friends and brilliant players, Evan Tauscher and Gigi, who have given me some really helpful pointers that I will be sharing with you. If you're new to tremolo, keep in mind this is an advanced technique and it takes a lot of time and effort and practice and many, many hours to develop so that it sounds good. I recommend working very slowly, and if possible, it is always preferable to get the real-time feedback from a knowledgeable instructor. The nails versus no nails debate. People have very strong feelings around this. I don't. I've never used nails. My teacher, Philip DeFremery, didn't use nails. A lot of other people, especially in the past, don't use nails. Nowadays, I think the trend is more towards using nails. But what I would just say is you don't need to grow or cut nails to do this technique. Do what works for you. If you're new to the classical guitar movement, what I notice to be the thing that is most elusive for most students is the origin of the movement. It comes from this knuckle here. This kind of motion, like you're waving. Most people, both electric and acoustic steel string players, kind of want to do this sort of pulling motion. Think of it more like bringing your fingertips toward your palm. That's an exaggeration, but that will give you a sense of how the movement should originate. Example 1. This involves using the ring, middle, and index finger to pluck the open high E string. We're going to go to the high E string and we're going to pluck with our ring finger, then our middle finger, then our first finger. Ring, middle, index. And the thing to pay attention here is not speed. We're going to be looking for relaxation between each plucked note. Relax, relax, relax. Think of it as like dumping the tension out of your hand. The reason for this is if you're tense, you won't be able to increase the speed that's necessary for the effect of tremolo. Example 2, we're going to add a bass note with a thumb. I'm using a rest stroke. You can use a free stroke if you prefer. And then being really sure to relax between each pluck of the string. When doing these examples, again, go slowly, be patient, work on relaxing, and really pay attention to quality and balance of tone. It's very easy initially for certain notes to pop out more than others. So really stretch your ears and strive to attain that balance by making micro corrections to your technique. Once you've spent some real time with examples 1 and 2, move on to example 3. And in these following examples, we're going to be diving in deeper towards the idea of balance by intentionally accenting notes such that by intentionally bringing out a voice, that allows us to have better control such that when we want to have things be even, we can do so with greater command. Example 3A, accenting the notes played with the ring finger. Example 3B, accenting the notes played with the middle finger. And now in example 3C, we'll accent the notes played by the index finger. Once you're comfortable with examples 1 and 2, we're going to try to add one element, which is called preparation. And what that means is that we're going to, immediately after playing a note, we're going to prepare the next finger by placing it on the string. The effect is going to be that it's going to damp the note we just played, except for when we're moving between the high E and the low E string. The way this is going to look is we're going to pluck the string and then immediately prepare the next finger by placing it on the string. Example 2 now with preparation. Okay, example 3A with preparation. Example 3B with the preparation, so accenting the notes played with the middle finger. Example 3C, accenting the notes with the first finger and with preparation. So now let's make that sound a little bit more musical. We're going to take just your basic open A minor chord, and we're going to be doing tremolo on the high open E string using moving bass notes. Example 4. For all of these examples, once you've spent some time really honing in the accenting of notes, go back to the previous examples and see if you can bring better tonal and dynamic balance to them. I'm going to leave you with an excerpt of an etude that I wrote for myself to work on this technique. And though it's quite a jump in difficulty from these previous examples, the same principles apply. So work very slowly in small sections, focus on tone quality, on balance of tone, and being very relaxed in the tremolo. Go crazy slowly. That's the way to get the technique such that you'll be able to bring it up to higher and higher tempos. I suggest starting this by using a click at a very slow tempo. So the tempo at which you can play it perfectly and with nice relaxation and good tone and dynamic control. Once you have it there, then increase the tempo like a tiny amount. I mean like 1 to 5 beats per minute. And then work there with that same goal being that you don't increase the tempo until you can play it perfectly with good tone, good dynamic control, and being very relaxed. Stretch your ears so that you can really hear the separate voices, and then make tiny micro adjustments to your technique to really try to enhance and bring out those voices. As Gigi suggested, and this was really great advice, I'm trying to take it myself too, is be careful not to overplay notes with the thumb. So the thumb is a bigger, heavier, stronger finger, and the tendency is to bang the notes too hard with the thumb. So just make sure that while you're still making them sound like good, strong, robust bass notes when appropriate, that you're not upstaging the melody. So should you choose to use this etude, you'll be my practice buddy in all of this. This is how I'm working on my tremolo. I hope it's helpful to you, and I wish you all the patience and diligence and fun working on this really beautiful, magical technique.